Today we're doing lesson 5.13, multi-step measurement problems with fractions. We've done the math warm-up. We're skipping the next 2 pages. And so now we are going to talk about a shopping list. It says here are 6 ingredients that a shopper bought and some clues about each quantity. The items are listed in order of weight from least to greatest. So we have to find their weight using the clues in pounds and then convert the pounds to ounces. So the first clue says the heaviest item, actually I'm going to write these over here because it's easier than going back and forth for me. Okay, rice noodles. What's the next thing?
Shrimp.
Shrimp. What's next?
Tapioca flour.
Tapioca flour.
Tofu.
Good try. Tapioca flour.
Tofu. Carrots.
Carrots.
Rice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so our first clue says the heaviest item weighs 4 times the amount of tofu. Can that help us yet?
No.
Nope. The next clue says 1 ingredient weighs half a pound. Can that help us yet?
No.
No. The next clue says the item that weighs 10 pounds is 10 times the weight of shrimp. Yes. Will this help us?
Yes.
What will it help us with? Figure out what? Fisher? The weight of the shrimp. If the heaviest item, or if the item that weighs 10 pounds is 10 times the amount of shrimp, how much does the shrimp weigh?
10. Wait, no.
Zerelda?
100.
No. Athena?
20.
No. Autrey?
1 pound.
1 pound.
What?
It says the item that weighs 10 pounds is 10 times the weight of shrimp.
Oh.
So the shrimp is up here on the lighter side. So this is the lightest item. So that means that the shrimp weighs 1 pound. Okay, the shrimp is 1 pound. The carrots are 3 times as heavy as the shrimp. Do we know how much the carrots weigh now? Three times what? Devin? 3. The carrots weigh 3 pounds. All right, we're making some progress. 3 pounds. Okay. Then it says the carrots are 2 times as heavy as the tapioca flour. So you see the tapioca flour is higher than the carrots. So that means it's lighter. So the tapioca flour times 2 equals the carrots, the 3. You with me? 2 times as much as the tapioca flour is the carrots, or the carrots are 2 times as heavy as the tapioca flour. So when we don't know part of a multiplication problem, we have to work backwards and divide. So 3 divided by 2 gives me the tapioca flour. So 3 divided by 2 is 3 halves, equals the tapioca flour. So think about 3 cookies for a second. If you have 3 cookies and you're dividing them between 2 kids, how many cookies does each kid get? Jackson? 1.5. That is the weight of the tapioca flour. 1.5 pounds. And does that make sense? Is it more than the shrimp? Because remember this smallest is on top. Okay. Brown rice weighs 20 times the weight of the noodles. Well, let's look back at our clues. What was the this clue says one ingredient weighs a half pound. Do we know which one weighs a half pound now? Avis?
It has to be the rice noodles because because 1/2 pound is not greater than any of the other ones.
Exactly. 1/2 is the smallest amount we've encountered so far. So 1/2 pound. So then it says brown rice weighs 20 times as much as 1/2. So this is like the math warm-up. If we multiply 20 times 1/2. So 20 times 1 is 20, and our denominator stays the same. So what's 20 divided by 2? Ton?
10.
Yes. So that means that the brown rice weighs 10 pounds. And that just leaves the tofu. So let's see. The heaviest item, which we know is brown rice, is 4 times the weight of tofu. So I'm going to use, so I'm going to say tofu times 4 equals 10 pounds. So we have to work backwards again. We're doing 10 divided by 4 gives us the tofu. Okay, so if we have 10 divided by 4, it doesn't go in evenly, does it?
No.
So 10/4 of a pound. Let's think about for a second, put your hand down. If I have 10 things and I'm putting them into groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to put them in groups of 4. Here's a group of 4, there's 1 hole. Here's a group of 4, there's 2 holes. So that means 2 holes and 2/4. What's 2/4 the same as? Colton? Yes. So the tofu weighs 2.5 pounds. Does that fit?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a 1/2 pound, a whole pound, 1.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds, 10 pounds. All right, so let's put all those in, and then we've got to change them into ounces. So 1/2 pound, 1 pound, 1 1/2 pounds, 2 1/2 pounds, 3 pounds, 10 pounds. Who can tell me how many ounces there are in 1 pound? Devin? How many ounces are in a pound? 7? Nope. Audrey? 16. I've got it right here. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So on the first one, if we have 1/2 pound, how many ounces would that be? Ari? 8 ounces. Okay. 1 whole pound would be how many ounces? Haziel? 16 ounces. 1.5 pounds. Evan? 1.5. So if you see, this is 1, that's 16. 1/2 is 8. This is 1.5. Jackson?
16.
No. Colton?
24.
Yes, 24. We have to add those two together. 16 plus 8 is 24. Nice job, Colton. I don't know why I'm having trouble with my pen today. 2.5 then would be what? Hazel? 40, because we just add another 16. So if you think about what's the difference between 1.5 and 2.5 pounds, it's an extra 1 pound. 1 pound is 16 ounces, so we just add 16 to 24 to get 40. Now what do you do to 2.5 to make it 3? How much do you add? Audrey?
You add 8 ounces.
Now I'm talking pounds. What do you add to 2.5 to get 3? Go ahead. Half a pound, which we know is how many ounces? 8. So, how many ounces of carrots do they need? Devin?
60.
No. Ari? 48. So Devin, we're just adding another 8 ounces to 40. Since we're going from 2.5 pounds to 3 pounds, that's another half pound. And a half pound is 8 ounces. So if we add 40 plus 8, we get 48 ounces. And then the 10, you guys should all be able to get the 10, because when we multiply something by 10, we just to the end. So what would it, 10 pounds at 16 ounces each would be how many ounces?
160.
160. 16 with a 0 at the end. Okay. So, the last thing that we're gonna do is read through the summary, section summary on the next page. We'll have a quiz on Tuesday over this stuff. And you've got to practice problems at complete in a minute, but we're going to read through this section summary. In this section, we learned about various units for measuring length, distance, weight, capacity, and time. We saw how different units that measure the same property are related. We saw how different units that measure the same property are related. Here are the relationships that we saw. 1 meter is 100 times as long as 1 centimeter. 1 kilometer is 1,000 times as long as 1 meter. 1 kilogram is 1,000 times as heavy as 1 gram. Remember our paper clips when we did a single paper clip and then 1,000 paper clips? 1 liter is 1,000 times as much as 1 milliliter. 1 pound is 16 times as heavy as 1 ounce. 1 hour is 60 times as long as 1 minute. And 1 minute is 60 times as long as 1 second. When given a measurement in 1 unit, we can find the value in another unit by reasoning and writing equations. For example, to express 5 kilograms in grams, we can write 5 times 1,000 equals 5,000. To express 4 pounds in ounces, we can write 4 pounds times 16 ounces per pound equals 64 ounces. Throughout this section, we use these relationships to convert measurements from 1 unit to another, to compare and order measurements, and solve problems in different situations.